incredible come-up story of the Drake and NieR franchise is one that is still ongoing. After the massive success of NieR Automata, we're now awaiting two NieR titles, NieR Replicant version 1.22 and NieR Reincarnation, with today Square Enix giving us a massive update on NieR Reincarnation and finally showing off what the game's combat system looks like. And to say the least, color me impressed. First of all, this is one of the most visually impressive mobile titles that I've seen come out of Square Enix. The Drake and NieR franchise hasn't always had the biggest budget per se, so I'm actually pretty excited to see just how much they've poured into this mobile title. The biggest reveal of this trailer is that combat is in fact going to be turn-based, and to have all of the elements that you would expect a mobile turn-based RPG to have, like auto battle and fighting waves of enemies. There also seems to be two types of gameplay styles, you could say, where one style features 3D third-person gameplay. The other style seems to be that of a 2D side-scroller. From the looks of it, this is something that will be used to show other characters' perspectives outside of the girl that we're normally playing as. The girl who appears to be the main character is wearing a collar, which also seems to have a leash attached to it, as well as these cuffs around her arm. She's described as a kind and cheerful girl, but is also tormented by the nightmares that she sees every night. She awakens on a cold floor to find herself in a place called the Cage, a place that was apparently built by somebody. The ghost-like creature that follows her, often compared to Grimoire Vice or Automata's Pod, is a creature that calls itself Mama. Apparently, this character Mama seems to know something about the Cage. As a result, she's the one leading the girl. She's also said to enjoy sceneries and likes to mess around with surrounding decorations, and is also said to be a bit too free-spirited at times. I mean, you literally look like a ghost, so I guess you should be a free spirit. Then there's this creature with the most original name I have ever heard, Dark Monster. And the description is pretty cryptic, so I'm just going to read it as it stands. A mysterious being that wanders the cage. It looks like it might be a knight in armor, but it also looks like a bug that can't talk. It appears to have some kind of objective. Wow, that is cryptic in a way that only Yoko Taro can be. We also see some characters inside of the gameplay that haven't had any of their bios revealed yet, such as this girl right here who is already my favorite for semi-obvious reasons, and it's hard to deny that while she's definitely not A2, she certainly does look like her. There's this short-haired girl who's wielding a staff and is likely to be the mage of the group. Then there's also this guy who seems to be the gunner of the group. Then there's the teddy bear here whose functionality is not readily apparent to me. It may be the same as Mama or Grimoire Vice or Pod, but if you guys have any other idea of what the functionality of this creature could be, please let me know in the comments below. You'll also notice that these are the characters that you're wandering around as in the 2D environment, implying that there is some sort of gameplay separation between when you're playing as the girl in white versus when you're playing as these party members. If I had to theorize on what little that we know so far, perhaps this has something to do with the creation of the cage that the girl in white is trapped in, but who honestly knows at this point? Now you're probably wondering when you can get your hands on this game. The good news is soon, but the bad news is only if you're Japanese. The closed beta will start this month, July 29th at 1 p.m. JST and will end on August 5th, 2020 at 12:59 JST. Also, because this is a closed beta, they'll only be accepting 10,000 iOS entries and 10,000 Android entries. And so while the majority of people won't be able to play this game anytime soon, we'll definitely be seeing things pop up on YouTube and other social media sites. I also have to say that I really hope that this doesn't end up a situation like Sinnoh Alice, where the game ends up coming to the West like way later than the Japanese release, and basically doesn't create a situation where Western fans are waiting, or many Western fans go ahead and play the game on a Japanese account, don't understand any of the story that they're getting themselves into. But with all that said, Ultima Weapons, I want to hear from you. Are you excited for NieR Reincarnation? Or do you just want to hear more about NieR Replicant version 1.2256789 square root of pi, or whatever all those numbers mean? Subscribe and click the bell icon and let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoy the content on my channel, be sure to check out the Patreon for the Night Sky Prince, where all these videos are made possible by people like Smokes a Sig. So if you enjoy the videos I do on this channel and want to keep them going, there is a link in the description below. Shout out to Smokes and the rest of the Ultima community.